The show is about to start. Thank you for your cooperation. Enjoy the show, and please come back and visit us again.
Love Sport London, a great station for a great city.
Beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. We all live in a
Manchester's going down. Manchester's going down. Manchester's going. That's quite a nice song to start it off, isn't it?
Hasn't it just?
It is. It's quite nice.
Thanks,
Love Sport Radio, home of your Wombles, the Super Dons. The real Dons are here.
The only Dons in League One next season.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Unless you count Doncaster.
And we're...
And who would do that?
Yeah. Well, safe.
Yep.
Safe. Finally.
Season over.
Romeo done.
Yeah, Romeo done. Yes. If only it had only lasted 21 seconds, we wouldn't have had to have put up with the 9 months of it.
This is true. This is really true.
It's all over.
Joining me, Nasty Nick Draper. He's back.
Yeah.
One half of the Draper brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. The good half.
Where's Chris?
No idea.
He's polishing Hayden's head.
Polishing Hayden something, yeah, I think. I don't know, but yeah, he's just not here. I don't know. He's probably still asleep.
Washing the shirt.
He's not. He doesn't wash his clothes.
No.
No.
Who? Hayden's clothes.
No, his own clothes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hayden doesn't wash his clothes.
Oh, Hayden. I don't know if Hayden washes his own clothes. Actually, somebody does.
It'd be a big washing machine, wouldn't it?
It would be a big washing machine.
No, you just used one industrial one.
True.
Okay, has anyone found out, by the way? Hi, Kev. By
Hello, hello everyone.
Yeah. I asked this. I said I was willing to sponsor Hayden the Wobble.
Yes, we are.
But I want the big shirt. You know, the big shirt?
Yeah.
I don't mind paying a bit extra for the big shirt, but I want the big shirt. I don't want a normal shirt with SW19 Hayden on the back of it.
Yeah.
I want the top, you know, how many XL is it?
16.
16 XL.
16 XL.
I want the 16 XL shirt.
Yeah. I can't give you any information about the shirt just yet. I know that sponsorship for Hayden's particulars will be open soon, shortly, when we get the email round from Pietro.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it.
I shall let you know.
It's either that or I'll have the hat.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for, the hat or the shoes.
The hat I don't mind. The shoes, yeah. Hayden's shoes, don't mind. You know, I'll buy him a nice pair of flip-flops or something if you want.
They're size 60Z.
60s,
Yeah.
They're extra wide fit.
They are.
The extra, he goes to, you know, one of those shops, you know, like that's just dusty from the outside. You look at it and you're like, what, are they even open?
Yeah.
Somewhere down like Surbiton way.
Good
Yeah, Surbiton's probably about right.
Yeah, that's where.
Anyway, 2-2 Wimbledon Bury, played out in the sunshine down at Kings Meadow. What was it like?
Hot.
I thought it quite nicely encapsulated even the entire season.
Yeah, you're right.
Where we started well, got a lead. For a change, it's about unfair. For a change, we scored a second goal. Many times this season we've gone one up and then not killed the game off. 2-0. Should have killed the game off because Bury in the first half were the worst team I've seen for years.
They were so bad.
They were terrible. And in the second half...
They are going down.
Well, but you can see, well, it wasn't a huge surprise to see how poor they were, but they were worse than I expected. Even when we beat them 5-0 and 5-1 in the same week last season, they were not as bad as they were in the first half yesterday. And then the second half, I don't know what happened. We just kind of sat back and Bury decided, well, we might as well give it a go, and then deservedly came back in the game. The draw was a fair result because I'm up the other end and we didn't see any of the action at all. It was all up the John Green end. Sorry, it's a terrible. Sorry, if John Green's listening, I don't mean up the. That's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? But it was all away from us. But it was just one of those. Had that been in October, we'd have come away very disappointed. But as it was the last game of the season, it didn't particularly matter. We finished above Walsall in the end and finished 18th, and it was a kind of
a shrug over the shoulders, really.
It was a shrug. It was a 95-minute shrug of the shoulders.
I think they came out second half, Bury, and it was almost as if, I don't know, they'd been replaced by 11 completely different footballers. It's like they'd brought some, with all due respect, maybe like a CCL level team for the first half, and then a team of ringers, maybe, And then the second half, they brought out, apparently, Barcelona.
Hey, well, let's not forget the keeper was wearing a Wimbledon shirt, so...
I think if anything sums up your own season, Berry, it's coming to an away game and not bringing your goalkeeper's kit with you. So, but I presume, because he had... Murphy, the Berry keeper, had a green AFC Wimbledon goalkeeping shirt on, but with his name and number on the back. So I guess they just went to the club shop and printed it for him.
That's exactly what happened. They got a shirt from the club shop.
Did they pay for it?
They pay for it.
I've no idea.
They should have.
They should do.
Yeah.
They should.
I want it declared in the accounts.
It should be.
Yeah. He's paid for how much it would be, £40.
Dear HMRC.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's very strange, this keeper thing as well, because he had green socks and green shorts, which implies that there is a green top that normally goes with it. But apparently they brought a blue top for him to wear in goal.
Couldn't he just wear that?
Well, we play in blue, so no, it wouldn't have worked. The referee would have had problems with it. The referee, Darren Drysdale, wasn't he a Premier League referee at one point, or am I making that up?
He may have been.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah, it ended up a draw. We could have won it at the end. Lloyd Sam almost scored a winner. That would have been amazing. Lloyd Sam goes in one-on-one with the keeper. It was like in injury time. Tries to lob him. Only keeper gets his fingertips to it and pushes it aside. If Lloyd Sam had scored our last goal of the season to win us a game with a last-minute winner, that would have been amazing. And then he'd have probably been given a new contract for the new season because we know we need players because we don't seem to have any.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned ahead of the new season and sort of, I don't know why I'm already concerned about recruitment. You know, it's interesting because we're getting your tweets in at Love Sport Radio, by the way. Thanks to Mark Bright for the tweet just now.
Mark Bright?
Yeah, thanks Mark Bright for the tweet.
The Mark Bright?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he?
Thanks, Brighty. Cheers for the tweet. Tune into Love Sport right now. 0208 70 25 58. I want to know who stays and who goes to the Wombles for you this summer.
Nick and I are staying. That's definitely...
yeah.
Definitely true.
Of course.
We had it off as other clubs.
You know, and we want to hear from you. We want to know who goes, who stays. Where do Wimbledon need to strengthen? There's a multitude of players that are needed. Let's be fair, but you know, this is your show. It's your opportunity to tell us what you think and who you want. And hopefully, Eric Samuelson's listening. Hopefully, Ivor Heller's listening. You know, you never know.
Never know.
But yeah, we'll be looking back over yesterday and the rest of the season and all sorts of Womble-related things. After this, it's Love Sport.
Putin isn't like Hitler. He's more like me, just not as fat.
Love Sport.
I work for a spokesmansaid.com. We can help you save money on your home insurance. All you need to do is visit a spokesmansaid.com and find out if we can find you a better deal.
Love Sport Breakfast with Ian Stone.
They've made this allegation that there's been this high level of salbutamol, the asthma drug, in his body.
Froome has a long history with the Tour. In a positive sense, he's won it 4 times. In a negative sense, he's been hated by the French public, who have just always been sceptical of Team Sky and their methods. He's had urine thrown over him. He gets,
That's how you get the yellow jersey.
Weekdays from 6 a.m.
I'm not intimidated by Putin. Even Joe Biden could knock him out.
Love Sport.
Should we hit... Because you've got the reviews, haven't you? You got the 3... Is it the 3 or 4 word reviews?
We have got some 3-word reports. We can.
I'll tell you what, we'll have them later.
Okay.
Let's go to social media. Let's see what everyone's been saying, because we've had tweets coming in for a while. I'm just scrolling down.
I sent the tweet out quite early. I was a bit.
Premature, you were organised.
Oh, that's a nice way. That's a nice way of putting it.
You were organised.
Yeah.
I like that.
I wasn't premature. I was just organised.
I think previous is a better word than premature, Nick.
Yeah,
possibly.
Anyway. So Ben at Blue Sparks UK, big up, said I would be desperate to keep Long, Oshilaja, Taylor and Parrott. I reckon Deji, hopefully Dean Parrott. I heard his goal was a corker.
It was a great goal.
Great finish.
Yeah.
Hey, rumour, there's lots of rumour and innuendo, but we think Parrott might be departing, unfortunately.
Parrott might be flying away.
He might be flying away. Yes, he might be.
LTB, any update apart from on the ankle?
We're in limbo with Lyle now because, again, according to the rumour and innuendo, he was not going to be with us next season. But of course, this injury, who knows what that means for him. So watch this. You can watch this space if you like. It's a radio.
George Long,
definitely gone.
The problem with George Long is, if I have no idea how much George Long earns at Sheffield United, but let's just say he earns £8,000 a week, right?
Yeah.
I'm just plucking out the air. Living in Sheffield, in the north of England, £8,000 a week, you can afford quite a nice house. If we were only paying him a quarter of that, apparently, we're paying a quarter of his wage. If he joined us permanently,
£2,000 a week.
Supposedly. Thank you, Barron, for excellent maths.
Thank you.
No, it's good. let's just say that is true. We're paying him £2,000 a week. He joins us. So he's moving to a place which is probably 3 times more expensive to live in, earning a quarter of his wages. Who's going to do that? As much as he loved it, and he said he loved playing for us, and he loved the fans.
He's got to buy new furniture and all that.
He's got to buy new furniture. He's got to get Virgin cable and all that kind of stuff. But seriously though,
other cable services are available.
Yes, they are.
Other
of course.
TV
Sorry,
services.
I apologise. Yes, it's not the Radio Times, but looking at it purely from a logistical human being point of view, who would do that? Who would move 200 miles from home, earning a quarter of what they earned before, living in a place that's much more expensive to live in? You're not going to do it. It's just people forget that footballers are human beings. Like when Danny Kedwell left us, people were upset. And the reason he wanted to play for Gillingham was his dad had never seen him play because he was a Gillingham season ticket holder, and he wanted to take his kids to school.
His dad refused to go and watch him somewhere else.
Yes. Because he was a Gillingham fan, and Danny wanted to take his kids to school.
His dad's the kind of guy at 15 who started charging him rent.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
You know,
or just yelling at him angrily from the sidelines.
Why don't you go out and get a job? So, Dad, I'm 7.
Yeah, so any Ebbsfleet fans listening, I watched that game. I was very disappointed for you yesterday. But having Danny Kedwell and Chris Bush and Big Dave Winfield in their side as well, it's a shame.
I'd love to have Bush back.
Yes, so I hear.
Yeah.
George Brownie has tweeted in saying you need to keep Deji and DC somehow. What's this all about, Darius? Tell me, what's the beef with Darius?
How many times can I say rumour and innuendo in one show?
I will say it because I haven't said it. The rumour and innuendo is that Darius is potentially leaving for, shall we say, non-footballing reasons? It's not necessarily...
Personal reasons.
There are personal reasons for Darius leaving. We think we know what they are. It's a real shame, but... Again, human beings.
Yes.
People leave their job for all kinds of reasons, not just for money, it's not just for location. There are other things that happen in work, and as much as we would love to play football for a living, these players, it's their job, and they go to work and they earn money and they go home at night and do something else, and that's the issue. But I'd be a great shame, because you think this season what has been a good spine of the team has been, when we've been playing well, was George Long, Darius and Deji, Dean Parrott, Lyle Taylor, and only one of them is likely to be left for next season.
Well, George Brown finished off the tweet, and somehow Trotter, because if we want to develop, we need a spine of leaders.
Now, Liam Trotter, God love Liam Trotter, God love him.
Nice one.
We were talking before we came on air about the Player of the Season award and how Liam Trotter's performances have improved since January. However, Neil Ardley has also been talking about the final 7 games of the season, saying how well we've done over the final 7 games of the season, essentially turning this season into a 7-game season.
Yeah.
If you're turning it into a 7-game season, Dean Parrott is your Player of the Year, and he also suggests what sort of player we want in centre of midfield, and perhaps offering things that Liam Trotter has not this season. So I think people are not going to be very happy whatsoever if Dean Parrott leaves and Liam Trotter stays.
Okay. It's almost, they say, that what Liam Trotter doesn't. It's what Liam Trotter can't. It's just not his game, is it?
Well, no, that's fair.
He's just not that kind of player. He's not a fast-moving, attack-minded midfield player that gets in the box. He just isn't. When he has played well, that's what he's done. But Dean Parrott, as he said, in the last 7 games, I'd make him man of the match. 5 of those 7. I've seen 6 of them. And man of the match or at least one of the better 2 or 3 players in every game he's played, and that includes the start of the season as well. But if he doesn't fit into plans, or he wants to go, or he's got a better offer, then it's a real shame. But again, I'll hark back to my earlier point of human beings want to do something else, and they move around, and you get better offers.
They do something else.
They do something else. Everyone wants to do something else. We're doing something else now. This is not our job. That's yours, Aaron. But Nick and I have other jobs which we won't reveal. But it's what we do.
Right, so we've had I like a tweet thread now and then. Do you like a tweet thread? Mm-hmm. We like a tweet thread. We like to keep the conversation flowing here on Love Sport. 8:15, by the way. Ray Armfield at Kent Womble. Right, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
Said, want to keep the spine, Long, Charles and Taylor, but fear they will all go, along with releasing Robinson, Parrott, Forrester, Egan, Abdu, Sam, Saws, Kennedy, Kadja and possibly Fuller. Desperate to keep Deji, but can see bids for coming in for him from more moneyed teams. Is that a word, moneyed?
Yeah. If it's better than
moneyed
IE did, Ray can spell.
Yeah. That's a lot of players.
Yeah, I think looking at that list, Long and Charles definitely gone with Lyle, who knows. But then Ray's long list there. Robinson, is leaving. Whether he's calling it a day completely or he's moving on, we don't know. Dean Parrott, we expect to go. Forrester, not coming back.
No.
Egan, I imagine, will stay because he's one of our players that will be in the squad and perhaps develop with us. That's fine.
This was a kid that was tearing it up last season, wasn't he?
He's been tearing it up for us in the academy side. Yeah, scoring goals in FA Youth Cup games against big sides. He just hasn't really had the chance with us this season. It's almost been usurped by Anthony Hartigan.
Yeah,
in that sort of position in the squad.
Also, must be mentioned that he's very. These players we get from the academy and bring them up. Let's have to say the word cheap.
Yeah, they're inexpensive.
We're not paying them £3,000 a week, are we? We're probably paying them £300 a week. Let's be fair.
Hey, they're on money though. Let's be fair. Sorry, very quickly. What kind of reception did Robbo get yesterday?
Very good, I think. Very. Do you know what? Actually, yesterday we haven't said it much. I was worried about yesterday about the sort of way we were going to treat this game, treating it as a big celebration of a season in which I think hasn't been particularly memorable in any way, shape, or form. I think we got it right yesterday. I think it was very respectful. I think Neil Lardley actually afterwards in his post-match interview got it spot on, where he actually came out and said, "Look, we've done, considering the position we're in, we've done well to make sure we've got over the line, but." On the whole, no, we've not done as well as we should have done, or I wanted to. But in the instance of Robbo, who has come in for, again, as most players have done this season from our fans, not in a match day though, never at a stadium, as far as we're aware anyway. But Robbo got a very nice reception yesterday, as did all of the players. Realistically, and it was a nice little send off at the end when we got to clap them, and they did the lap of honour around the pitch. And then a good number stayed as well for speeches and what in the end. And it was very dignified, I think, was a nice way to put that conclusion to the season. Paul Robinson, I think it's just one season too many.
I actually watched someone very kindly put up the Neil Lardley video from inside the bar of, his speech. He seemed like a different man when he was giving it, just like this sort of confident, assured kind of guy who was just going out for it. Really, it was amazing to see. It was really amazing.
The weight on his shoulders has been huge, and we as fans have probably added to that, and we as media people broadcasting our thoughts and opinions about him have probably added to that as well. But you have to say that as the manager of a side that has probably underachieved a bit, let's forgetting budgets. Then he has brought some of that on himself with some strange team selections, with defensive formations, making massive team changes to decide after we've won a game and then we lose. But I've done this before. There's 5 or 6 games that we've won and we've lost the next one because we made too many changes. Neil is still learning on the job. He's only been a manager for 6 years. And you think of, club like Wenger and being in charge of the same club for 22 years. Neil's only been a manager for 6 or less than 6 years, so he's probably still learning. But he did make mistakes last year. But yes, that interview was like a different man. He's like, it's just a collective.
Yeah, it was.
Like where you've kind of gone through a horrible thing and come out the other side. He feels like he's survived, really.
Yeah, and I think it's a good point to make, because I've said this in the past as well about Neil Lardley being... he's 6 years is not a great long time in football. I think people say 6 years in the job. If you're 6 years in the job, that's more than enough time. That's quite a lot of time. I think, in fairness, football management is different because of the variables. There's so many variables when it comes to the game of football that in the course of 6 years in my job, it's pretty much the same thing, pretty much all the time. You've pretty much had it all, really.
Yep.
In Neil's job, different teams, different situations that face you, different team selection problems, different personal issues in the squad. It's always changing all the time.
Yep.
And of course, as you say, 6 years really is nothing. I mean, how many years has been like Tony Pulis and Alex Ferguson, all these people? How long they've been doing it for? So,
but the other thing is that with Neil, when you manage a club like us, he's managed our team at Accrington and at Morecambe. And now he's managed our team at Bramall Lane and the Reebok or Macron, Ewood Park, and next season he'll be managing our team at the Stadium of Light in the league game.
So I call Bolton the generic sportswear stadium.
Oh, sorry, yes, other sportswears are available. I apologise.
No, just the generic sportswear.
The generic sportswear stadium. That's a good point. Yeah,
yeah. I think I like
it. But he'll be managing a team at the. Can I say Stadium of Light? Because other sources of brightness and illumination are available.
Stadium of Illumination.
The Stadium of Illumination. Yeah. Can we say stadium? I'm not sure because the football ground of illumination. It's huge.
Park.
And he's managing the same team or the same club. In a huge... So Sunderland's ground holds, 48,000? Accrington's 3,000. You've taken the same players of the same... on the same coach and you're the same background and you're the same person, but you're seeing your people you are managing in completely different situations.
Right, okay, 8:21, we've got a lot of tweets to read through. Keep them flying in, though, because you know what, I like to test these guys, and these guys like to be tested.
Yeah.
We've got loads of sweets, loads of water, you know what, don't worry about it, we're ready to hear your opinion. At Love Sport Radio on Twitter. I'll tell you what, I was with Richard Lee yesterday, we were on here, and we were talking Wimbledon. I asked him what Neil Ardley was really like, and did you know that Neil Ardley took Richard Lee out on his first ever night out? It was the Destinies in Watford, and he said he had a great night with Neil. Great night with Neil Ardley. Yeah.
Hey, look, if that in Destinies in Watford, never before has the saying, "It's not where you are, it's the people you're with," been more appropriate.
Destinies in Watford isn't actually there anymore.
No, most of Watford isn't, to be fair, either.
Well, yeah,
what?
That end of the high street, is it?
Neil Ardley and I were born in the same hospital.
Were you?
Really? Is this another Venn diagram we're talking about?
Yes, another. We'll do the Venn diagram later, but Neil Ardley was born in Epsom Hospital in 1972, and I was born there in 1968.
Wow. There you go. Yeah. Small world.
Anyway, let's go back to Twitter. Joe Blair's tweeted in saying we need a centre-back that will play 40 games. Sadly, that is neither Darius or Will. With Robbo likely leaving, I'd seek to keep both Darius and Will and add a mid-20s centre-back to play week in, week out. I think he makes a very fair point.
Yes.
Following up from that, Ray has tweeted back in saying, Jack Baldwin and Stephen Taylor, in brackets still only 32, both released by Peterborough today. Straight spots for Robbo and Darius. The thing about Stephen Taylor is he's made of like fiberglass.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be the best. And we don't want to give Stuart Douglas too much work.
No.
Let's be fair.
He has quite a bit this season, to be fair to him.
You know, poor Dougie, he needs a holiday.
Yes.
You know, I think we should club together and send him to like Benidorm or somewhere.
Yeah,
we'll have to find out what his plans are for the summer and see if we can organise something for him.
What's he doing? He's refilling his medical bag. What are you on about?
Probably is
all the equipment.
Yeah,
be looking after Lyle.
He's jet washing the medical room. That's what he's doing.
No, that is a very good point. But yeah, Baldwin is decent. There's some
Jack Baldwin. Yeah,
there's
not
some
Mike.
players released today.
No, not Mike.
Not Mike Baldwin.
But I'd love it if we. That would be so great if we did. In character, got Mike Baldwin to play centre half.
He's not with us anymore.
Is he not?
I don't think so.
Oh well, that's
Johnny Briggs, wasn't it?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, can someone Google it and tweet us? Johnny Briggs alive, Johnny Briggs dead. I think that'd be quite nice.
Johnny Briggs. Oh no, he's still alive.
Oh,
get in.
He's still alive. He's 82.
Is he really?
He'll do a job.
Oh, Briggsy. Yeah. No, Briggsy. He's got 6 kids.
We sit quite deep defensively. He'll be fine.
82. He died on Corrie years ago, wasn't he?
He did.
Years ago.
Lots of years.
Yeah,
but I've not watched it in
12, 13
so
years
many
ago.
Years, so it must have been a long
very
time
good.
ago.
Mike Baldwin would be good.
Mike Baldwin very good. Yeah, and Elizabeth Taylor.
Ian Beale at left wing.
Ian Beale.
Jeremy
Phil
Corbyn.
Mitchell. No,
Jeremy Corbyn left
if
wing.
we could get Philip Mitchell.
Phil Mitchell.
Philip Mitchell at some point. Oh, be brilliant.
Be no nonsense, wouldn't it?
Or Grant Mitchell, something like that.
Get the pair of them. Be great.
Yeah.
And then we could switch. We could rotate Stu in and out, and no one would ever know.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
Be quite good.
Yeah.
Is Susan Tully still in it? I've not seen it. The last EastEnders episode I saw was the Den and Angie special, which I think was 1986.
Yeah, it was.
Excellent.
Fastball.
Not seen it.
Right, at 30 pence has tweeted and saying, like us to try and keep Parrott, I think we look better with him in the side. Is Nightingale under contract for next season?
Yes.
Yes.
We believe so. Andrew Sylvester's replied and said, Stephen Taylor is truly one of the most overrated players I've ever seen. His positioning is terrible. You got that right?
Yeah, I can't really. Do you know what? Stephen Taylor, like you say, I think actually, for what he is and what he would bring at this level, he'd be absolutely fine. As you say, the problems you've got with him are he will break and he will be quite expensive. So,
and he'll also do a spectacular handball on the line.
Yes, but pretend
he's
he
famous
was,
for that.
Yes.
But then famous for not doing it. Yeah.
Not good. Gary Fletcher has tweeted in saying...
The season master.
Yeah, all right, guys. Social media king, he is.
He is, yeah.
Kwesi was good yesterday. Hopefully he'll stay fit. Not too sure what Long will do. And also here, one of the defenders is leaving. I'm thinking Darius Charles. Well, that's the rumour I hear. Cody McDonald could play a big part next season too. Discuss. Do you know what? He was one of the players I had down on my out list, Cody McDonald. I just can't see him being there.
It's the problem we said. The problem with the last situation is we're looking, like we said last week, we've got the 4 strikers. We can't keep all 4 of them because we need a different type of striker. We need to bring
Tom
a
Elliott.
different type of... Could be Tom Elliott. But that means someone has to go. Whatever the situation... It looked like Lyle was the one that was going to drop out and go wherever he was going to go to. We don't know what that situation is now. Cody's probably signed a 2-year contract anyway, so he's probably still with us. Get Cody with the right player up front. I think you'll be fine.
Well, I was speaking to the Millwall guys about it on Friday night, about Lyle, about Tom Elliott, and they literally just said, you know, we'll take him if you want. We'll bring him back. Don't mind. You know
So what, they were thinking, what, give him to us for a year? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, they'll carry him back to Wimbledon.
Oh, really?
Wow,
that's harsh, isn't it?
Yeah, they just didn't like him.
That's harsh. He scored goals, though. He does a job.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is, it's when you've got... It's Morrison, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for Morrison and Gregory. It's ancient. Lee Finchy, at Chips Finch, has tweeted in, saying, players are released. Joe McDonnell, Fuller, Meads, Robinson, Kennedy, Saws, Sam, Egan, Cadger, McDonald, Frankham. That, 11 looks like a Johnston's paint trophy.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like 5th qualifying round. Wimbledon versus Yateley. That's what it looks like at the moment. I wouldn't get rid of John Meads, purely because he's slowly becoming this sort of cult hero, where he can do it at left back, he can do it anywhere you want. He just does the job, doesn't he?
Yep. And George Frankham as well. He's also a cult hero in the fact that he'll give you 6 or 7 out of 10, and probably no more, in any position you put him in.
I still can't believe he's cut his hair.
God, that was an issue, wasn't it? That was a big issue about his hair. It was more talked about than George Jones's hair, but I mean, I think it did him a favour to sort of shave off the hair, got that monkey off his back, as it were. People were really giving him grief about that, and actually George is fine. Although looking at this list that Lee's done here, I'm struggling to think which players would actually stay next season.
What, Callum Kennedy?
He's put Callum to go as well. Callum will stay. Callum is reliable, in the same way George Frankham is, 6 and 7 out of 10 every week.
Yep. Tom Saws has to go.
Do you know what? I've heard he is staying.
Ooh.
I have been told he is staying.
Right, okay, 8:30, we're going to come back. Finchy, we're coming back to your list, don't worry. This is Love Sport. I'll tell you what, they revived Dirty Den on EastEnders. If someone could revive Tom Saws in midfield, I'd be delighted at some point. Cadger to go?
No, Cadger stays.
Yeah.
Cadger stays.
He deserves a chance.
I've got a lot of time for Egley. I just think he needs a run of games to get him into the groove.
Funny thing, Finchy's come up and he says players who will leave. Charles Taylor Forrester.
Charles Taylor Forrester has got to be the name of a posh, accountant's firm or something like Charles Taylor.
Charles Taylor Forrester law firm.
That's it, exactly, nailed it.
Have you had an injury?
So Charles Taylor.
Lyle Taylor has, yeah.
Yeah, 2 of those 3 are definitely gone. Forrester and Charles, definitely. As far as, according to the rumour and innuendo, Lyle, who knows what's going to happen with Lyle? Who knows?
Possible. Long and Abdu.
Definitely both gone.
Jimmy
gone. Well, he was a loan, wasn't he?
He's on a loan, yeah.
He's gone. Same with Forrester, they're all loans.
But I mean, this is his last year of his contract at Millwall, isn't it? So,
do you know who'd be really naughty to get in on loan from Millwall? Fred Onyedinma.
Yeah.
Onyedinma, baby. Class.
Yep.
I remember seeing him when he was 16. He played for Wycombe Wanderers. He was top banana.
Is it? See, we've still got this budget thing, this money thing is always going to be our thing hanging over us. Now, we're told we've got more money coming in next season, our budget's going to go up. But in real terms, we don't know what that looks like. I think that's the biggest challenge.
We will never know, though.
We will never be... No, we only own the club, we're not allowed to know these things.
We will never, ever know.
No, but it does make you wonder, doesn't it? How big of an overhaul are we going to have, and how much room for manoeuvre do we have with the budget?
I do have a list, and it's a bit pathetic, really, but I've got nothing to do now, I'm not married. So I wrote a list of players that I'd like to... No, it's true. I've got more time on my hands, and I just I write lists instead of doing other things. So, Onyedinma was on that list. Funnily enough.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Who else?
Christian Doidge from Forest Green Rovers.
Yeah. John Joe.
Shelby.
O'Toole.
O'Toole. No.
Let's go for
John Joe O'Neill. I think. No. The other one's Mohamed Issa from Cheltenham. Now, if you put Doidge and Issa together, they got 50 league goals between them in teams that finished 19th and 22nd. So, are they good enough to play League One? No idea.
What about a Barnet raid?
Akindi would be good. Akindi's not going to play non-league football.
You love the Akindi.
I do like Akindi.
Because you know what? He can do it.
He scores goals.
Yeah, true.
He can do it.
But they wanted £500,000 from him in the summer.
They won't get
now, they're going to get nothing for him. He's going to, I presume he must have...
Off ski.
He's going to go. Shame for Barnet.
You can pick up a couple from... They did very well. You've got to give credit to them. Pat on the back for Barnet. They were very, very good yesterday. It's a shame for Martin Allen. The Morecambe Coventry game, if there's any sign of Max Rickson I've ever seen in my life, it's just like...
10 minutes of passing. It's like the Austria-Germany game, the 82 World Cup, which is before both of you were born.
Yeah.
I sadly remember that very well.
Quite considerably a long time before I was born, I'd just like to point out.
Likewise. Sam Elliott has tweeted us in saying, biggest summer rebuild so far. Yet again, we'll lose 2 of our best players. But interested to see how Taylor plays out after the injury. Massive work ahead. I completely agree with you, Sam.
I do, Sam. And do you know what? It's made me wonder, because I was thinking about this earlier. When was our biggest squad overhaul since we reformed? When would it have been? Would it have been when Dave Anderson took over from, well, Nicky English / Cherry Eames? I mean, he did a massive overhaul.
Yeah.
I can't think of one quite as big as that, even going through Terry Brown into the league.
But we said before we went on it, we said a lot of good things before we went on there, we should have recorded, but the first game of this season, it didn't feel like we had a massive overhaul, and yet 7 players. We fielded 7 summer signings, including Calvin Kennedy, who was obviously his 3rd debut.
And Deji, who was with us previously.
Yeah, but it was still players that we had signed in the summer. We fielded 7. Didn't feel like a big summer. But you look at the post-promotion transfer window, we brought in Tyrone Barnett, Dominic Polian, Chris Whelpdale, Sam and Sean Kelly.
Whelpdale.
All had gone by the end of the season, let's be fair. Whether Tyrone Barnett started the season is another matter. And then in January, didn't really do much better either. And then this summer, we've brought in players that haven't really worked out again. January, we brought in Joe Pigott. That has worked out. Good 1-0. Brought in, obviously, Deji in the summer. That was fantastic. But I don't know. This is a big one for Neil, I think. This is a really crucial transfer window. He's got to get it right. Because we've stayed up by dint of 3 points.
Yes.
That's not a reason to celebrate and jump about on the pitch, I'm afraid. That's a right, okay, we've done that and then go home.
Reeves,
behind us.
Bring him back.
Hey, do you know what? I'm thinking Jake Reeves was a late one that Neil did not anticipate. He was not expecting us to lose.
Yeah.
And I think that threw a lot of plans into chaos. And as well, I know we talk about not getting the other striker in that we desperately needed, and then Kwesi's injury caused problems and things like that. So there is sympathy there. Perhaps if Dean Parrott as well, who knows? All these sorts of things that could have happened that could have changed things this season. But looking to next season, talking about bring players, why not bring back Barnett? Why not bring him back?
Polion or Barnett, would you have?
Barnett. Because he's the type of player we're missing. Polion.
I think he's the type of player we're missing. I'm not sure he's the player we're missing.
No, he's the type of player, yeah. Absolutely, he's the type of player we're missing, but he probably won't cost us a lot of money.
I just, obviously, all talk next season when Wimbledon play Wickham is going to be about Bayo. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, he's done it for 2 seasons in League 2 and he's fired in goals from like it's going out of fashion. He only really likes staying places two seasons at a time, which is very, very strange. But they play a certain way with Bayo, and they are very, very effective in what they do. We'll be talking Wickham, actually, with one of their ex-strikers after 9. But could Bayo have been an option in League One? That's my question. Could they have done more to have brought him in? Like, kept him, sorry.
Yeah, and I don't mean to... This is going to sound disrespectful of Bayo, but it's not meant to be. But when we look at what we've come up against this season in League One, it's not been great.
No.
So I think Bayo would easily have performed at this level and performed a lot better than a lot of other teams and players that we've seen this season.
The thing with Bayo, he knows what he's doing. The other... You as a team know what Bayo's capable of. The opposition know what he's capable of, but they can't do anything about it most of the time because he's just so strong. He's never been a quick player. He's obviously was reasonably...
Technically knows what he's doing.
Technically knows what he's doing. He brings players into play brilliantly, but he's back to go. Like Mark Hughes, I'm talking about old players again here. Mark Hughes used to be a player, chaps. He would have ball back to goal, ball at his feet, and would turn either left or right and play wide players in. Yeah. The amount of times Man United and then Barcelona or Chelsea scored from those positions. That's what Bayo does brilliantly, and we definitely missed that. But the season we went up when we had Lyle and Tom Elliott as our main strikers, the strikers that were coming to replace them, Adebayo, Aziz and Akinfenwa, were very similar to those 2 players. Yeah. So you had a faster player with a good finisher and a bigger player. Yeah. And then even with Barnett and Polion, we had the same thing again. Didn't work quite as well, but that was the point. This season we've not had that. We've had 2 strikers. Cody's smaller, and you've got Lyle and Kwesi, who are very, very similar. Yeah. So that was the recruiting issue, I think. We just didn't get the right players in. Simon Rice has tweeted in saying, leave Kennedy, Robinson, Soares, Sam, Abdu, Forrester, Civic, Beliki. Let's set Bleakley.
Bleakley stays.
Yeah. I reckon the youth... Christine Bleakley. I think Christine Bleakley should stay.
Christine Bleakley should stay with Mike Baldwin, and that would be a dream.
Yeah. Wicker Boat has tweeted in saying, what is wrong with the dressing room? Psych. We always come out much better against stronger sides than the poorer ones. Bit like England. Evident right from Blackburn to Tottenham. Trouble is, we don't know who is who in the first half of the season, so we do poorly with all.
Do you know what? There's so many things I want to comment on there. I'll comment about our psych against the weaker teams, as it were, because I did my little research. What was it?
Wait.
7 points from 24 against the relegated sides this season.
Yeah.
So in 8 games, we picked up 7 points. No home wins.
against the bottom. Any team we finished above, we didn't beat at home.
We didn't
correct?
beat at home,
Yeah.
which is woeful. Last season that was 11 from 24, so it's same sort of problem, and it's been a sort of consistent theme, I think, going back to our first season of the Football League. Even under Terry Brown, I think Hereford and Macclesfield went down. We struggled against them, didn't beat Hereford, lost to them, drew with them, whatever it might be.
Yep.
Got hammered at Macclesfield, didn't we? 4-0. Yeah, I don't get that, but it's, you know what? In my whole life as a Wimbledon fan, be it Wimbledon FC or AFC Wimbledon, it's always just a recurring theme. Just always be the case. I remember towards the end of our Premier League years, when we went down, we didn't lose to Man United that season. I think it was a treble winning the season before.
True. Yeah, I think it was a draw.
Yeah, we had 2 draws. Yeah, Wally Badir scored at Old Trafford. I mean, what's going on?
Oh, legend!
Wally Badir. I think it was the only time he touched the ball for us.
But even when you look at the year we went up from the Ryman Premier.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
We lost. We lost twice against the bottom. So we lost 5 games against the bottom 3.
That run-in was horrendous.
We lost home and away to Leighton.
Yeah.
And then home and away to somebody else. It was extraordinary.
Harlow Town, we lost at home. That run-in was terrible. We just lost to everyone. It's just...
Do you know who scored that great goal for Harlow Town?
Oh, someone who's gone on to Adoma or
Albert Adoma.
Yeah.
One of the best goals I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Formerly of Harrow as well.
Yes, Harrow as well.
Harrow. Is it Harrow or is it Harlow?
Harrow, yeah.
We lost at home to Harrow that season.
I was about to say, he didn't play for Harlow.
Harrow.
Albert Adoma.
Sorry.
Anyway, 20 minutes to 9 o'clock. We want to hear more from you at Love Sport Radio. We're kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
Going off piste a
always.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Going off piste a bit.
Always good.
Yeah, at Love Sport Radio on Twitter, 0208 70 25 58. Yeah, we're back on Love Sport Radio. We're trying to work out proper songs for Kwesi Appiah. And I had one to Heartbeat.
Yeah, I like the Heartbeat one.
Kwesi Appiah, na na
Come
na.
score a goal for me.
Kwesi Appiah, Kwesi Appiah, Kwesi.
Yeah, we have to sort of say, because Kevin was referencing the fact that the current song for him pronounces his name incorrect.
Go on.
Yeah.
So it's Kwesi Appiah. But you're saying that's wrong.
And go on, what was your idea?
My idea was to turn his name into Sex on Fire by the Kings of Leon. I thought that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
Go on.
Now?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Whoa! Kwesi Appiah!
I didn't expect
I regret that instantly.
You did ask me to do it, and I'm happily sing. I will sing anywhere.
Bon Jovi.
Blimey.
I won't mention the name of my band because we're not actually gigging yet, but I will do it. If we continue next season, I will continue.
That's not the Kings of Leon, is it?
No, it's the
You're not in the Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon tribute band called the Queens of Leon. We do it in drag.
Right,
that's not true, everyone.
Mention Kwesi Appiah.
Yeah, sorry, on the subject of Kwesi Appiah, I'd just like to quick shout out to his charity. So From Us to Africa, which he has started up, which is his own, he is the founder of it. It's totally his thing. He's done it in, what's the word I'm looking for? Association with a few Wimbledon fans, Carlo Rossi, namely. And yeah, so this is sending unwanted sports clothing and equipment to people that need it, basically, in Africa. People that don't have
nice one, Kwesi.
Those sorts of things. So yes, there is the charity, and if you're interested in giving up some unwanted sportswear, generic sportswear equipment, then go online to FromUsToAfrica.com.
You should pop to the generic sportswear stadium. I'm sure there's
should, yes, it's right.
You should, and then maybe pop in afterwards to the Arena of Illumination.
That's it. That's it. Right, let's go back to Twitter. Mark Lodge has said, my highlight of the season, discovering 9 Years podcast and now Love Sport Radio. Great job, guys. You're my eyes and ears for my beloved Dons. Not Mark.
That's nice. Thank you, Mark.
You're always welcome, pal.
Very kind. Very
Have a
kind.
sweetie.
Much appreciated.
Have a sweetie, pal. You know, you're always welcome. Stuart Deacons has tweeted in during the interval at the theatre saying, at Love Sport Radio, Trotter has deserved his chance to have another season with us. He just needs more attacking midfielders around him. Parrott and Ardley just don't get on. It's not a case of a lack of ability, it's just Ardley needs him out, in my opinion. Hashtag love Trotter space.
I have to say it.
Yep.
Hashtag love Trotter SPSCE, apparently.
Yeah.
Because Stu can't type.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, spitchka.
Yeah.
As my good friend Levin was saying to me just now.
Yes. Thank you very much, Knock.
But yes, he's right. Neil Ardley and Dean Parrott just doesn't, for some reason.
Okay. Next, Mark, he says, hello from the 1950s Isle of Wight. It seems that the entire squad is up for renewal. Very worrying. 2 seasons ago, we had a 24-man squad. This season, an 18-man squad with an overhaul. We need to revert back to a larger squad. Hashtag need to be bigger and better. It's true. He's spot on. He's spot on, Mark. I think it's not just a case of bringing in numbers for the sake of bringing in numbers, though. He needs to bring in these little gems that maybe need a bit of refinement here and there. Hey, Balotelli's available. No.
No.
Target man?
Yeah, it's what, Mario Balotelli?
Yeah.
Why always him?
Christian Deutsch.
Christian Deutsch, there you go. There's your answer.
Who can you salvage from a team coming down from the Championship? The one, oh my God. Kiefer Moore from Barnsley. Someone go and pick him up. Take a lorry and go and get him.
He's not a Barnsley player, he's Ipswich player, isn't he?
I thought
No,
he was a Barnsley. He's a Barnsley player.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a Barnsley
I thought he
player.
was on
No,
loan.
he's a Barnsley
I think he
player.
was on loan at Rotherham, went back to Ipswich so he could get sold off to Barnsley.
And the thing is, he wasn't playing that much because they went from a 4-4-2 under Heckingbottom to a one up top with Moraes, who unfortunately got sacked today. You know, who knows what's going to happen next
There you
season?
go. Junior Moraes has been released by Peterborough. I'd love a square player.
The last time I saw Junior Moraes, he looked like just a chubby kid on the touchline at Wycombe Wanderers. He got released by Wycombe Wanderers, went to Peterborough. I just don't think he's good enough personally.
He's from Kingston upon Thames, which could come home, couldn't he? Home cook. Maybe he doesn't need home cooking.
I don't think he needs home cooking.
No, he doesn't.
No, he's probably fine.
No, he doesn't. I still think Kiefer Moore.
Yes, Kiefer Moore is actually a good shout. Again, it's whether we can afford him. If he's come off, championship wages, Ipswich, then Barnsley, he must be costing a little bit of money. But hey, do you know what? So much seems to be hinging on who leaves. And the Lyle situation, everything now, all of a sudden, seems to be hinging on whether he stays or goes as far as the strikers go, I think, because I genuinely don't think any of the other three strikers are leaving.
Well, that's the other issue we had before, is that when you get promoted via the playoffs, you have 3.5 weeks less transfer time. Last summer, obviously we didn't do anything, we stayed in the same division, we still seem to do things late.
Yeah.
While other teams get players in, they know already, in January they've got signings that they eventually release in July.
Do you know who'd be a class midfielder? Stuart Sinclair.
Oh, the big beardy guy from Bristol Rovers.
I really like him.
I'm a big fan of beards.
A bit of a dog, really. You just need someone who's about to go and just get a bit dirty.
He's kind of a Sammy Moore kind of character. Very similar to Sammy Moore.
He's a bit like that. He's a bit like that. Big up Sammy, by the way.
Yes.
Go on, big up Sammy.
Oh, they've gone to Concord Rangers, is that right?
Yes. Has he not also just had a baby as well?
I don't know him.
I think he might have done that.
I heard that Jack Midson and Sammy Moore were going to take over at Concord Rangers.
They have gone to Concord Rangers.
I wouldn't mind, actually, if Marcus Bean gets released by Wycombe.
Marcus Bean?
Marcus Bean.
Beanie. Right back and holding midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking he's very experienced, isn't he? But again, money.
There just needs it needs to be a blend, doesn't there?
Yeah.
There needs to be a fine blend, and it's up to Neil to work that out. Let's quickly get another tweet. Ian has said Parrott doesn't want to leave. He feels underappreciated by management.
Oh, you can see that. Do you know what, Dean Parrott? You can tell that yesterday. He was on stage afterwards saying, "Look, give you a new contract." I think I was on stage trying to get him to sing, and Dean said, "Give me a new contract and I'll sing." So obviously there's an issue, and his whole demeanour, he doesn't sulk on the pitch at all. He always puts in 100%. He's always putting in so many yards. He's such a good. Do you know what? I can just have visions of next season him playing against us and for another League One team that are in the top 6, and we're all going, how have we let this player go? That's my big concern. But his whole demeanour off the pitch, he doesn't seem happy.
You sound quite emotional there.
I don't want Dean Parrott to go.
No,
I really don't want Dean Parrott to go. But I've said that since his entire time here, because he's just he's that player that makes things happen. He's that player that's going to score you goals. He's going to set up goals, and we've seen that over the last 7 games. He's driven that team on. He really has. And I think it's a huge mistake to let him go. But hey, look, we don't know for sure yet, do we?
No. The one player I think we will get in now. This is inside knowledge, isn't it? For Bristol Rovers, left back Lee Brown scored against us at their ground. We beat them 3-1. Good left back. Now, he apparently needs to move back to the Kent area for, again, family reasons. Lee Brown shares an agent with Cody McDonald, Andy Bartram and Paul Robinson. Now, the other player that shares an agent with those players and Lee Brown is Ryan Dixon.
Ryan Dixon was
from Yeovil. It would not surprise me if we signed Ryan Dixon and Lee Brown in the summer. Now, whether that's a good thing or not,
hey, look,
don't think I've seen Ryan Dixon play, but Lee Brown is solid, isn't he?
What you want is players that, I don't know about quality-wise, but if they've got the links there with Bartram and Cody, who I'm assuming are both staying with us, and then you've got team spirit.
What about Coulthurst from Barnet as a replacement?
Shaquille Coulthurst.
Yeah, flying winger.
Winger, a winger. I think we've actually lost that sort of in our discussions.
Well, Lloyd Sound is meant to be a winger, isn't he?
I don't think Lloyd Sound will be there next season.
It's an interesting one. I don't know. I was trying to judge yesterday whether he came on for the last 20 minutes or whatever it was as a sort of Neil Ardley, thanks for helping us out kind of thing, have a run out for us, blah, blah, blah. Or whether he's thinking, we've got him, again, we're not paying a lot of money for him. He could just be an extra body to have. Yeah,
could be that. We'll be back with more from social media and your 3-word reviews next on Love Sport. Right, Love Sport Radio. Hold on, whoa. Can we use this? Can we break this news on air?
No.
That's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame.
Oh, well.
But carry on. Don't stop the show.
Is it Shaka Khan?
It's not Shaka Khan.
Bonnie
no.
Tyler?
No, not Bonnie Tyler.
Tina Turner?
No, she's much younger than Tina Turner.
Okay. One of the Sugar Babes?
Much nearer. Yeah.
Is it one of Atomic Kitten?
No. Although I've met Liz McClarnon. Is she Atomic Kitten?
Yes, she was, yeah.
She was very nice.
Who's that? Who am I thinking? Holly Valance, that's who I was thinking.
Oh, Holly Valance. Oh, great.
Wasn't she from Neighbours?
Something, one of those Australian soaps, yeah. She's not
Holly
Alexa
Valance.
Bliss, but, you know.
I could have worked this out.
You won't.
Stuart Deacons has taken another break from the theatre this evening and said big sum of players like Anta Hartigan, Kadja and Pigger all need weights programme to be big and strong and then allow their football ability to take League One by storm. Easy, the 3 players to watch out for next season. # can't wait for next season already. Either that, Stuart, or what they need to do is they need to pop to the calf near the ground and order the Combo 1 breakfast.
Oh, that's the... You get a especially big plate, don't you, for that one?
You get a massive plate with everything, to be fair. You order just toast, you get a massive plate.
Is that the 12-inch plate that you
The
sneak
12-inch
in?
plate, yeah.
The 12-inch plate.
Watch it.
Yeah.
By the way, I know we were talking baby names. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week, baby names.
Last week. But we've come up with the name.
Yeah, it's genius, I think.
It's genius. We've come up with the name.
Not the word genius, but
We've
yeah.
come up with the name, and it's a unique name. You will never find another kid.
Stu, you have to do this.
Stuart, we've decided that you should call the new Womble Bezo Deacons. I think it's a great name. Bezo is such a good name. It's unique. It's not like Albert and Edward like all people are calling their kids these days.
No.
Bezo Deacons.
Bezo Deacons.
Be class.
It would be awesome. And then you can put that... When he goes to school and everything like that, just Bezo, just around the
Bezo,
classroom.
just a
And
great
if he
name.
turns out to be a really good snooker player, already there. Bays, the green bays of the snook. Shall I just go away?
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Okay.
Not Atomic Kitten. Eternal.
Oh,
No.
that's good. Louise Nerding. Louise
Yeah.
Redknapp. No
she's
longer Redknapp.
Signal now.
Yeah,
Signal.
she's Signal.
She's gone back to nerding.
She's gone back to nerding. Has she really? What she sort of watching Star Wars and playing with Lego?
Was it one of what was that one Cheryl Cole's in?
Girls Aloud?
Allowed.
I was allowed
Oh,
to.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right, very quickly, Gary Fletcher. All right, Fletcher has said, so long will go. Does that make sense? So long will go. Who is the keeper?
Yeah.
McDonald can do a job, I think, or will Neil get another loan deal? I would go for Ryan Rocky Allsop, personally.
From where? Where's he coming from?
I think he's still Bournemouth's property, but he's been on about 15
I see.
different loan spells.
Okay.
I would go for Grant Smith. I think it's called Grant Smith from Boreham Wood. Very good. Very
well.
I
They
did
might
quite-
be playing Football League football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
next
but
year.
in front of 400 people. I mean, good luck to Boreham Wood, though, because we love Luke Garrard.
Luke Garrard, yeah.
Now, I again mentioned Ebbsfleet again. That's not an Ebbsfleet show. Nathan Ashmore, their keeper, does look a bit like a Brazilian doorman. There's a nightclub in Ebbsfleet or in Gravesend that's missing a doorman. He's a big lad.
Right.
I think a bit too chunky, but he's a great shot stopper if the shot's at him.
Right.
I'm not sure he's potentially good enough, but I did quite look at him until yesterday, and I've gone off.
We've got 1 minute to go. I'm just going to quickly read out some more tweets. 15 years, Wombles says, I'm going to shout this. We need a decent set piece taker. Thank you for letting me shout. # come on you dons. Lorraine Deacons, who, she must be at the theatre as well, said, yeah, that baby name is never going to happen. Stuart's wife. Kiss. But thanks, Lorraine. Thanks.
It's a shame. It's
We
a shame,
tried.
Lorraine.
We actually, we set up like, government task force.
We did try.
We spent millions on it.
Yeah.
We spent about 3.5 years on it. And do you know what? We came up with that name and we think I'd call my kid Bezo.
We formed a Quango as well, even going as far as forming a Quango.
With Quango Deacons.
Yes!
Quango.
There we go. Come on,
You'd be like a
Lorraine.
musician.
Quango Deacons.
Quango Deacons. Anyway, pick a couple of them.
Oh, very quick. Number, quick. Kevin, give me a number.
17.
Okay, Paul Gray at Paul Grazy1 must do better. That's his 3-word report for the season.
Yep.
Stephen Coles, more goals, please. At Fusby, more goals,
Yep.
please. Chris Power, roller coaster of emotions at Chris Posho.
Nice one, chaps. The main thing, though, is that the Dons are staying up.
We are staying up.
And the other ones are not.
They're going down. Thank you very much to the 9 Years Podcast. This is Love Sport Radio.